Hello, my name is Sierra Pressler, and this is my persuasive speech on pet adoption. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have no friends, no family, and no one to love you? Imagine you're a 4-month-old white and brown boxer who is very sick. You've just been dropped off at a scary place. Your family left you because they couldn't afford your medical bills, and now you're being poked and prodded by strangers with needles. You are now living in a metal cage with no hope of ever feeling love again. This is the life of an abandoned dog puppy. I have worked personally with a few rescues and the Humane Society, and have adopted one of my own dogs. After collecting information from a survey I administered to 10 people, I found some interesting and revealing results. In my survey, I asked people if they agreed with buying puppies from puppy mills. The results showed that 7 out of 10 strongly disagreed, while 3 were undecided. Because of these results, I can conclude that some people don't know what puppy mills are, and that most people don't know where pet stores get their puppies from. Today I am going to tell you about the problems associated with buying from pet stores, the opportunities you gain by adopting a pet, and how life would be if everyone adopted their pets. First, let me talk to you about the problem with buying from stores or breeders. Pet stores and private breeders are the main contributor to overpopulation of pets, resulting in these increased euthanasias. According to the HSUS, 3 million pets are euthanized every single year, and out of those, 2.4 million, which is approximately 80%, could have been adopted. The leading cause of these euthanasias is overpopulation and the lack of space and money in these shelters. A study that was conducted by the NCPPSP showed that over 40% of these pets living in shelters were euthanized and they were under the age of 3 years old. This is devastating that these animals are being euthanized at such a young age. Puppy mills are a large-scale breeding facility that mass produces pets for commercial sales. They keep these dogs in small and dirty cages where they are forced to do nothing but breed. According to the HSVMA, these animals are malnutrition and usually are the result of inbreeding, which means they will have significant health issues. Many people don't know that Petland gets their pets from puppy mills. The HSUS in 2009 called Petland the largest retail supporter of these puppy mills by tracking over 15,000 puppies shipped from puppy mills to Petland. This outrageous treatment of animals needs to be stopped. Breeders also play a role in overpopulation because while these animals may be healthy, for every animal that is produced by a breeder, another animal in a shelter loses the ability to find a home. These puppy mill supporters and breeders are the leading cause to overpopulation, causing these shelters to euthanize animals just to find space. Next, I will tell you what we can do to fix this problem and save lives. This problem of overpopulation and euthanasia can be stopped by adopting from shelters instead of buying from breeders and pet stores. Adopting a pet from the shelter benefits everyone involved: you, the pet, the shelter, and an animal that's waiting to get into the shelter. Francis Batiza, who wrote Reasons to Adopt a Pet, stated by adopting an adult pet, you are going to get a pet that is housebroken, which means you will save money and you won't have to clean up messes or do any training. Pet store animals are there to make the company money, which means they will be highly overpriced. Adoption fees are usually only about $100, whereas in a pet store, this can cost you hundreds to thousands of dollars. When you adopt a pet, you are getting a pet that is fixed and has been vaccinated. Shelters have various breeds and ages, so you can find exactly what you are looking for. Every pet has the ability to add unconditional love to your life. By adopting a pet, you get a lifelong friend. Your pet gets a home. The shelter gets a new space opened up, and an innocent, abandoned animal gets a warm place to sleep. Now let's talk about how great our lives and the lives of these animals could be. Puppy mills are a terrible business, and by adopting from shelters, we have put an end to this cruelty. Shelters only take in animals that are given to them, so by adopting a pet, you are not going to be supporting these puppy mills. People may think that by adopting from Petland that you are saving these animals that are in these institutions, but you are still only, and that may be true, but you are still only going to be supporting these organizations and allowing them to operate. There is only one way we can stop them from coming back, and that is to keep refusing to buy these animals that they are selling. I understand that some people may want a certain breed, but you can do so without supporting these puppy mills or adding to the overpopulation. The Humane Society has programs where you can tell them exactly what you are looking for, and if they find it, they will notify you. According to the HSUS, there is approximately 25% of these dogs in shelters are purebreds. We have finally put an end to these puppy mills and overpopulation by adopting from rescues in these shelters. Now it's time for the conclusion. Adopting a pet from the shelter or rescue will not only benefit you, but will benefit your new pet, the problem of overpopulation, and too many animals being euthanized because of this overpopulation. You remember that 4-month-old white and brown boxer that I told you about that was sick and abandoned at that scary place, and her family had left her, that I told you about in the introduction? Well, that little baby is now mine, and her name is Riley. She was surrendered to the vet clinic that I worked at with a 50% chance of survival. Once she was cured, I took her home for the night just to see how she would do, and little did I know that I would be keeping her forever. The unconditional love that she gives each and every day is something to be amazed by, and exactly today marks 3 years that I have adopted her. If we only adopted our pets, we could stop puppy mills, overpopulation, and decrease euthanasia significantly. According to the ASPCA, approximately 7.6 million pets enter shelters every year, and we could cut this number down drastically if we were to just adopt from shelters and rescues. I'm not asking you to go to every shelter and rescue and adopt every single pet you see, but I am urging you to go to this website and to sign this petition to ban puppy mills nationwide. That story I told you about Riley, the 4-month-old abandoned boxer, you could do the same. You could save a life, an amazing pet from a rescue or shelter, and add a lifelong member to your family. This concludes my speech.